Uh, uh, uh. Hey, true, bet that up for the track. You know, take it to the top, and that's the truth. Truth hurts.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Oh, we got smoke, we got smoke. It's smoking, it's smoking, it's smoking. Pull over, pull over.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Psychotic Street Builds. Today we're gonna go ahead and go to Vargas. We're gonna meet up with him, and we're gonna be taking my valve cover for my 335. The valve cover I've had on for almost a year now, a little under a year, and I'm having a small issue where it's starting to warp. As you guys can see right here, I don't know if you guys can pick it up on camera, but the metal's really starting to warp. And you can see, I don't know if this is the cast one, and I don't know if you guys can see, this one's really thin compared to like these are really thick. These are still warping a little bit. You can really see it right there, how it's bowing. It should technically look like this with the gaskets nice and sealed. I'll give you guys a little video. You can see a little warpage up here, and it is really leaking from this area right here and this area right here, but middle section is good. The valve cover doesn't have no cracks in it or anything. You can see a little bit here, but nothing too crazy. But in theory, you never want opening where your gasket is, so it doesn't allow it to seal. You got 1, 2, 3. This one's bowing a little. I don't know if you guys can pick it up on camera, but this one's really bowing because I mean, you guys can tell it's really thin here. So with the heat, and that one's really bowing. Well, let's hope they take care of it. I know it's still under warranty. It should be under a 12-month warranty, so let's see what they say. All right, guys. All right, guys, we're headed to Vargas right now. We're in Stephanie's 330. Hopefully they take care of everything, and you know, we can post a good video on there. I know they've been having a lot of bad rep lately, so let's go and see what they do, and if they don't take care of it, you know, we'll let you guys know. All right, here we are, guys. We got a G80 and an F82. We got Evo right there. All right, guys, we're in the back of Tony's. We went ahead and swapped out the gasket, and we'll go ahead and throw it back on the car and see, you know, see if it seals. If it seals, it seals, you know. Can't argue with that. Tony did say that, you know, these little warps are normal as long as it's not broken on the outside. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and actually, I had him put the cover on, the gasket on with me. Everything seems all right. Let's go ahead and head back to the house, and I'll go ahead and throw this on just like this. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get this valve cover installed. Let's see if she leaks, and we'll let Vargas know what the update is. We did notice the warping is still there, obviously, but he said it shouldn't cause any problems, which, I mean, you know, we'll find out, I guess. I really don't know what's gonna happen, so we'll just go ahead and throw it on. As you can see, the gasket is still loose, but that one's really bad, so I'm gonna throw it on just like this. But first, we'll go ahead and get all this cleaned up, all the surfaces cleaned up, make sure the valve cover's cleaned up. All right, guys, so we went in and got the surface all cleaned up. No debris, no oil or anything. We're going to set this cover in. I do plan on possibly putting a little silicone in between the bolts and the washer. One, to keep the washer from coming off, but also to seal up the bolts, because I did have a problem where on the valve cover it would leak a little bit of oil on this side when it's running after a little bit. So that one and this one, and then I had a problem with these. Got all the bolts hand tight, snugged up. I went ahead and put a little extra silicone on the washers because I did notice previously there was a little oil residue coming from this bolt and this bolt. And, you know, just in case this does actually seal it up, I don't want to have to come back and actually silicone them. So I did it actually all the bolts siliconed. We went ahead and threw all the coils and injector harness on, started routing the fuel rail and lines to the injectors. And these are all loose. I'm actually gonna take these off because I still have to mount the rails. We'll go ahead and get a time lapse set up for you guys and get the rail mounted, get the lines all tight, get the O2 harness buttoned up, get the catch can lines going, and then we'll go ahead and move to this side where the heat shield turbo is gonna go on. And then once the turbo goes on, we'll do the oil drain, oil feed, put the charge pipe back on, and we'll go ahead and go from there. All right, guys, went ahead and got the fuel rail all buttoned up. All the fittings are tight. The feed for the port injection is tight. I went in and shortened my catch can. I don't know why. When I installed it first, I had it all looping around over here. But hey, you know, simple. Just cut it, pull the fitting out, banjoed it back up. Got the heat shield on, and got the wires kind of tucked how I want it. I do plan, I mean, this car is going to get B58 coils soon. So these are just the S55 coils in it right now. And they're doing me good. No big problems there, but I do plan on upgrading to the B58 coils. But let's go ahead and get the turbo installed. Get the drain hooked up, make sure that's good. Get the 4 bolts on the flange good, bolted up, and then get the charge pipe and feed. And then down pipe, and let's get her fired up and let's see if she leaks. All right, guys, we went ahead and got the turbo all mounted up, heat shield on. As you guys see, turbo's up, oil feed's on, the coupler's tight, the boost feed for the boost solenoid is right here for the max solenoid. Other than that, I'll go ahead and get the downpipe thrown on. I think, actually, I gotta tighten the drain still, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the drain, and we'll go ahead and I might give her a fire and see. At least see, and we'll follow Organic Gives right there.
Give her a fire.
We'll probably give her a fire, make sure the injector. So my harness actually, it's all loose. So my injector harness sometimes I gotta label them. I should just label them and keep it, just in case I'm servicing it like this. It makes it a for sure job. But my injectors sometimes get switched around. So we'll see if it fires up, and then if it does, we'll go ahead and throw the downpipe on and let her warm up and retorque these bolts. All right, guys. All right, guys, we had a little difficulties, but hopefully you guys can hear me. I went ahead and actually, so my harness is a little messed up right here, so we went ahead and flipped some of the coils and injectors around. We already got it fired up. Obviously, there's a little oil residue, so we're gonna see that right now. Not a big deal. No leaks underneath the car. No fuel leaks. Let her go ahead and get some temp, and we'll go ahead and update you guys. Okay, guys, went ahead and got the valve cover installed, all the lines done, basically all buttoned up, fired it up. Everything was good. The valve cover was still leaking a little bit, like you'd notice a little bit of smoke, but I'm gonna insert a clip. But over here, you guys can see these dots, right? These dots, there's actually oil coming through those. So I originally had thought when I'd run the car, I never actually looked at it while running it because I'm in the car revving it. I never had anyone here with me either. but I thought oil was coming through the bolts and dripping down. You guys can actually see literally oil. This was clean completely, but you can see those dots. I'm gonna go ahead and email Vargas, see if they take care of this. If they don't, I don't know what we're gonna upgrade to, but I guess it's gonna be M18 or go back to a factory valve cover and just get the adapters for the catch can, and I think we'll be good there. All right, guys. Today we're gonna be going ahead and talking about the Vargas valve cover. I was having some issues with it. I did replace the gasket with the gasket Tony recommended, and it didn't solve the issue. So what we went ahead and did was at least gave it a shot. Yesterday I went and talked to Vargas, Tony himself, and he said, go ahead and bring the cover by. We'll go ahead and get it replaced. Make sure you guys stick around and let's see how this outcome goes. So again, why we're replacing this cover is because it was seeping through the pores right here. You guys can actually see it's wet. I originally thought it was coming from this bolt, and it actually is not. Also, you can tell the warping. So I don't know if this is common or if this is normal or what. All right, guys, we just left Vargas Turbos. Had a little talk with Tony, and he was really busy, so we went ahead and just gave him the cast one and picked up the billet one. Let's hopefully get this thing on and get this thing running again. All right, guys, we went and got the valve cover laid on. It's the same process as the cast one, so let's go ahead and finish the installation. We're gonna go ahead and snug down the bolts, go ahead and put the coils on, get the rail put back on, go and slap the turbo back on, heat shields and stuff like that. All right, guys, we're gonna get the valve cover installed. We'll go ahead and update you guys on how she holds up, but make sure you guys stay tuned for the future video where we install the B58 coils. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Billet boy.
Oh yeah, if you